Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Hey everyone, come on down. Time to get busy. Oh, goodness gracious, I lost my, just trying to get myself situated. Come on in. It's Monday. Let's start this day off with a bang. Who's with me? Come on in. We got some stuff to do today. Woohoo! Here we go. I see some ladies in the house. Hey there, Amber. Good to see you. Oh my goodness. Hey, Jackie. Good to see you. That's right. Bring it on. Hello, Helen. Who else is in the house? Who else? I got some big stuff for you. I can't wait to share everything. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Julie. Good to see you both. There's my girl, Sarah. Juanita's in the house. Who's ready for an amazing week? I'll tell you what. If you're not ready for an amazing week, come on. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. I am ready for an amazing week. I'll tell you what. Listen, we did something I did not think we were going to do. I'm going to tell you all about it right now, today. Beverly, hello. Good to see you. Mary Frances, here you are. I'm so glad you're live. Yay. And I'm glad the rest of you are here. Thanks for joining me today. Today is going to be an awesome day. It is Cyber Monday, right? Everybody's going crazy. I don't know about you, but I got 8 million deals in my email. And guess what? We are jumping on that parade because we had a whole bunch of people who said, hey, you know, can you extend this deal for another day? Can you extend it for another minute? Can you whatever? And I get it, you know, we all get paid at different times and all of that. And we had our very best sale of the year. We pre-gamed it. And we did it way before everybody else Cyber Friday and Black Friday and all of that. So we are opening up that sale for 24 hours only again, because there are a few of you that missed. And I know you want in this, getting up to 50% off. Are you kidding? We had women who were stocking up for the year. And it's great. You know, we do our supplements ourselves. They are formulated for us. They are packed for us, blah, blah, blah. So if you want more, if you didn't get in on the first place, you want to take advantage of it, go to savingdinner.com/Friday and you can get those sales. This is going to have at 12:01 tonight, it's going to be gone. But we are doing Cyber Monday and we're just going to let it rip. So go ahead and do it. Take advantage of it. You know, we had $30 and $50 shipping charges on there that we absorbed because we're only going to charge you our flat shipping rate. We're just going to make this easy for you. Just go check it out at savingdinner.com/Friday and you will get full advantage of the sale. It's only for today, okay? And tomorrow I will be introducing the supplement of the week. I'm just letting you know what's going on. So I hope you had a fabulous weekend. I know we did. We just, yesterday, you know what I love? I've declared Sundays to be Pajama Sunday, and I lay around in my pajamas all day. Sometimes we binge watch a little West Wing. We're in the middle of watching West Wing again. But you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing. I am absolutely committed to rest and relaxation. Plus, I packed some boxes yesterday. You got to do it, right? You got to pack them up. Pack them up. And I left my scarf. I was wondering where my scarf was. Now I see it. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, we've got the Cyber Monday thing going on. I totally chilled out this weekend. I hope you guys did the very same thing and had a great Sunday and chilled and, just got through the whole thing. Let's keep Marla and family in prayer. This is the week that they're going to bury Ben. And it's been a trying week and their family has been through a lot. So let's just keep them in prayer. We love them and I'm in touch with them, and I just ask you to hold them up in prayer as well, because that's how we need to do it. That's what we do as a community. We love each other, and that's how we are able to take care of one another and know that, you got it around. Look at our quote of the week. Do you love this? Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. And it says, read that again. I have this in my here, I've got my Take Back Your Life webinar. By the way, we have we're going to have a whole class on taking back your life. And if you join that class, it's a $15 charge, but you get copies of the Take Back Your Life journal, digital copies. You're also going to get invited to the vision board the following Monday, how to do a vision board and stuff. I'm really excited about that. And this is something that I have put in my journal. When I find these amazing quotes that just, the cosmic 2x4s, you got to write them down. You got to keep them. You got to refer back to them, because they ring your bells. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. So if you're not getting the change you want, you're choosing the wrong things. Keep that in mind. And that's going to really connect up with today's message, because daring is caring. And I'm going to show you why. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what daring exactly is. You ready for that? You ready for that? I am so excited to talk about this today, because it just lands really well in my heart. Don't forget, if you want the show notes, and you do, all you have to do is go to savingdinner.com and just subscribe to our newsletter. We will give you a free menu for a week. Do you love that? Yes, we will do that. And we will also give you all the information that you're looking for. Seriously. We're having Christmas menus coming up, so watch for that. Those will be free. We always do free stuff. We give you timelines, shopping lists, all that. We always do this. How can I support you? That's one way that I can support you. We've already got that stuff made. So be on the lookout for that. That will be coming. That's why I'm saying get the show notes. When you get the show notes, you also get the announcements that here, this is available. Here, this is a link for you. Here, this is what you get. We treat our people who are on our email list as VIPs, because you are. You've made a decision to be with us, and we're going to make sure that you get all the goods, all the information, all the recipes, all the fun stuff, and a lot of free stuff, okay? So, and great deals when they're available. You'll be the first to know. So go to savingdinner.com, and then you can get the show notes. The other thing that you're going to want to do is, if you have questions on Friday, and some of you do, we have a Q&A always, every Friday. I'm a nutritionist for 25 years. I can answer nutrition questions. I can answer cooking questions, and I can help you out with any other itsy bitsy things. And I will tell you, I have exactly also done my hair for you live on the air. I've done my hair, because apparently this is a popular hairdo. I call it low maintenance is what it is. But if you want to see me do my hair, or I don't know, I might stand on my head. You never know what you will find. Send your questions into support@savingdinner.com, and in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday, it will be answered here live on Friday. Yay! So don't forget about that. Also, we've got gift certificates available. It's gift time. Can you believe today is the last day of November? Where did everything go? This month just flew. Anyway, yep, December 1st is tomorrow. And if you haven't done any Christmas shopping, if there's something that you want to get for one of your loved ones, you can go to savingdinner.com/gift. We have all these really adorable print-outable little gift cards that you can print out. Do you like that? Jane, I'm not standing on my head. That was a joke. Jane's going, yes, stand on your head. We'd love that. Anyway, that's what you're going to want to see. You want to get those gift certificates. You want to get on in the, we've got everything. We've got everything. And tomorrow we will have a supplement of the week. But today is the last day, Cyber Monday. Go to savingdinner.com/Friday to get up to 50% off. Yes, you can stock up for a year. We had a lot of people doing that. And you'll get one of these goodies too. Aren't they so cute? We're designing a whole line of them, so you can even go and just order them if you want to. We've decided we're going to do that. And tonight is our webinar. tonight is our webinar because next Monday, a week from today, is the sprint, the last one of the year. How about that? Who's going to join us for the last one of the year? I'm going to tell you what, this last sprint of the year is the one that counts. Yeah, well, they all count, but this is the one that counts. This is the one that's going to be your setup for the holidays. That's going to get you from now until the end of the year. So interesting, you know, when you follow the sprint and you do the sprint on a regular basis, you get the weight loss, and then if you could hold it for the 3 weeks before we sprint again, this is how you get it off eventually, all of it. And guess who does that? I've got a whole bunch of women I could name you right now who all have done that, and it has made all the difference in the world. This could be you. What do you want to see yourself like 1 year from today? Right? I mean, that's a thing. So who's ever coming tonight, go to savingdinner.com/sprint. Even if you can't come tonight, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern, by the way. Don't worry about it. I don't have a problem with that. You can just get the link and, you know, take a look at it anytime you want to. But anyway, that'll keep you going. Today is Motivational Monday, as you well know. Every single solitary Monday, we talk about something that is motivating, the thing that is going to get you to the next level, the thing that's going to help you to crush your goals and do all the things. Motivation oftentimes, though, is kind of hard to come by, or we lose our self-motivation. And I find that when we can put fuel on the fire every day, doing something, that little thing is going to move the needle in our lives, always. And oftentimes it's the same kind of message, but it's said a little bit differently. That's what I look at. I look at that little tiny hair, that little tiny refining, that slight tuning that makes everything crystal clear. So keep that in mind as we're talking about this, because probably you've heard a little bit of, you know, something that I've talked about here before. But the thing that I want to talk about today is how being daring is really being caring toward yourself. Because when we care about ourselves, we are willing to dare, we're willing to risk, we're willing to go to a place of unknown. As much as our brains hate us to do that, because the amygdala wants to keep us safe, not risk a thing, just stay tiny and small and do everything the same. You know, if you said this before, I have. If you said this before, oh, I hate change. Don't change anything. I like it all to stay the same. Do we do that? Well, that's the amygdala speaking, and the amygdala is the fear center of our brain. The amygdala doesn't allow us to do anything. You know, it wants to keep us really tiny, safe. No, don't do anything. Just keep it all the same, the same, the same. Even though you're not growing, even though you're not getting better, even though it's just, you know, there's this thing that you just can't put your finger on, but you're dissatisfied with your life. You're not whatever. I'm going to tell you, it's the amygdala that has control over your life and not the prefrontal cortex, because the frontal cortex, that's your decision maker, is going to say, hey, we're going to go do this anyway. Amygdala, shut it down. You know, just shut this business down. Because the amygdala is not pro you. Yeah, it is trying to save you, if you will, but it also doesn't understand about what true risk is. And if we understand also this about the brain, that the brain doesn't understand the difference between doing and the difference between imagining, then we can outsmart our amygdalas. And I am going to tell you right now what a difference it makes to outsmart your amygdala. Joanne just said, yes, daring so did make a big change in me and continues to amaze me what I can do. It's true. I mean, Joanne is one of our wonderful success stories. She's taken off 50 pounds, or I don't even, maybe more, and has kept it off, just doing exactly what we are doing on the regular, doing our sprint month to month and just kind of keeping it in line the rest of the time, not being perfect, but being excellent. And that is a daring thing to do, believe it or not. It's a daring thing to do when you bust out of the norm. It's a daring thing to do when you decide that you don't want to play it safe anymore, that you're willing to go to a place of unknown. So this is a big thing, because nothing in life really is fixed except our heads. And when we have our heads fixed on something, fixed that we're going to do it this way, fixed that we want it to stay the same, fixed, then what happens is that we end up getting cranky, don't we? When things change a little bit, when circumstances change and all of that. But in order for our circumstances to change and our potential to change, we have to be flexible. Because, blessed are the flexible, they will not be broken, will they? Not only will they not be broken, but they will be the person who is launched into a whole new stratosphere of a new life, because they're looking for the stars to grab in the first place. Not content to just sit there on their pity pots doing, oh, it's too hard, it's too difficult, I don't think I can do it. Instead, they're looking and saying, you know what? If I dare, then I care about my life. I care about the next level. I care about being in that lifting tide that lifts all boats. When we do that, we're telling our amygdala to calm the heck down, and we take over the control panel on our own lives. We make a decision, I'm just going to go forward. I can do this. You know what? Might be hard, might be a little bit of a struggle, might be a little bit of this, but we don't need a permission slip to do it. How do you like that? We don't need a permission slip. We also don't need perfect timing, And I'm going to share something too that's just an absolute secret that's just going to blow you away. You can change like that. Did you hear what I just said? You don't have to do it slowly. You don't have to inch along. You don't have to go like this and just say, oh my gosh, it's too hard. You can go like this and say, you know what, it is easy. It is easy to change your mind. When you change your mind, you change your life. But you don't change your mind and change your life. There's right in between the two of them, there's some big time action steps that happen. Because, change is here, you walk over to here, your life goes flip, changes right up. It's amazing how that happens. So when I always say to you, and I will always continually say to you, there is no struggle bus. But there might be a little bit of a struggle, because there's the old you wanting to pull you back and saying, no, especially your amygdala, it's too hard, it's too risky, it's too this, it's too that, to saying that I see the struggle now with new eyes. I see the struggle as in that's changing me. I see the struggle as in it's a positive because it means I'm starting to grow. I see it as necessary because that means that I'm starting to go to the next path. That means that I'm starting to go to the next level. That means that I'm giving up the old and starting to embrace the new. Birth is like that, Death is like that too. There is a real, if you've ever been with somebody who has, left this earth, you have seen it. There is a transitionary place for all kinds of stuff when this kind of stuff happens. It's truly real. What we do, though, is we dwell on the struggle and decide that we are on a struggle bus, which, how helpful is that? That just keeps us locked in, when you go on buses shut their doors and they take off and you're just like at the mercy of where that bus is going. And I'm saying to you that struggle should signal to you that change is afoot, that just some action steps are going to happen. And that it is all a matter of just making a decision every single day to do that one thing. It's not permission based, except you have to give yourself permission. You don't have to, call someone up and say, hey, is it okay for me to change? You don't need to do that. You also don't need to have perfect timing, It's just a matter of today is the day. I have made this decision. I am moving forward. And then, yes, you can go that fast if you choose. Yes, you can. So, struggle means we're going, it's positive, it's necessary. And this is what helps us to innovate and see beyond the problem and go right to the solution. Because if you notice that when we sit there and we dwell on a problem, we dwell on a problem because we think that's going to help us with the solution. When in fact, if we look at it differently and say, okay, so the solution to this is this. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm going with this? Dwelling on the problem just keeps us, into the problem mode. It's a cycle, and it's really negative, and it just brings us down, and it holds us down with, there is no solution. We get very end game when it comes to things like that. There is no solution. Nobody can tell me anything different. We get stubborn in our tenacity that nothing is enough. When in fact, if we start looking at the problem from the place of solution, the solution comes because we innovate. We start to say, what if? Can you imagine? How can I change this? What can I do? Those are the things that we can. Now, there's always things that are beyond our control, right? Otherwise, none of us would ever have to attend a funeral or anything else like that. But I'm talking about things when we see things and we get very defeatist and we decide that it's just too hard. That's not true. It's not too hard. It's just we haven't figured out the solution yet. And our solution is out there and looking for us when we ignite our imagination and choose to dwell on that. What we dwell on becomes our destiny. What we focus on expands. What we dwell on becomes our destiny. That just changes the whole trajectory of how we think and what we think about. It also gives us an opportunity to serve. Have you noticed that when you're serving others, you feel better? When you're giving of yourself cheerfully, with abandonment and lovingly, you feel really good about what you're doing and you feel really connected to God. And not only that, but you have this purpose in your life suddenly. It all comes into play. Now, I've talked to a number of you that I know are serving your family. You're serving little kids or you're serving elderly parents. And it's thankless a lot of times. It is thankless. But if you can do it with a loving heart, if you can flip to the place of seeing things from the perspective that my child is probably going to remember this for the rest of their life, I can be making and creating a moment right now. Because it's not about magazine living. It's about living in the moment. It's about creating the moments. It's not about the great big holidays or the birthdays or the celebrations or extravaganzas. It's about the moments. And those moments can be precious and loving and kind and generous and just expansive. And that can create a whole new way of doing life and loving up the people that you're serving. This is such a cool thing because when I was a young mom and I had 2 children back to back, 21 months apart, double diaper bag, double stroller, double car seats, double all the things. One child screaming and holding onto my leg while another one being held and crying in my arms. You know the deal. And you who've had more children than I, come on, you know. But when I started to see them and, instead of just like, oh, I got to do all this wash, I started to bless their wash as I put it into the washing machine and just saying, thank God, thank you, God, for these children. It took me a while to get pregnant with Caroline. I had a miscarriage beforehand, and then we waited like 2 years afterwards before we finally had another baby. And she was, obviously she was born and she's 30 years old now. But I remember putting their laundry into the washing machine and just asking God to bless their little hearts. And I remember folding it and just being so grateful that I had these children. And same when I was scrubbing a toilet, same when I was doing the dishes. And it just changed the whole way I mothered. It changed everything. Now, of course, there were times when I fell back into rushing them through their childhoods, but it gave me an attitude of gratitude instead of being that shrew complaining about everything at all times. Who wants to live their life like that? Well, if you dare to care, you're not going to do that. And if you care, you dare. And you reach for the stars. You reach for the other side. You reach for your potential. You reach for circumstances that are beyond what you have in front of you. So if we live from our beliefs, we can grow from them. And if you believe this, throw some hearts down. I want to see some hearts in those comments. But if you believe this, that you have the ability to dare, to care, and to change up everything in the way that you do your life, then show it to me. Because you know what? This is how things just tangibly change on a daily basis. Daily. Your husband's going to wonder, who are you? What have you done with my wife? Why are you like this? And cheerfulness and being kind and being loving and not worrying about, everything being balanced out and, I'm poor, woe is me. You know what you're going to see? You're going to see everything start to change. You're going to start to feel this just on the regular because this is how you are. Because you come to this place of daring to care. It's so great. And it's fast. It's that fast because it's a decision. And you can make that split-second decision, can't you? And I know that a lot of times we get told, oh, that's so reckless and we need to do, tortoise in the hair and everything. And that's good for some things. But it's also good to make the switch flip on occasion. When you're sitting across from the doctor and the doctor's saying, hey, I don't know, look at your tests. Look at all this red stuff here. Have you seen that with your blood test? You get green, yellow, and red, on there. Don't you want to see all green? Don't you want to see all green instead of red and having your doctor warn you, hey, if this doesn't fix, we're going to be putting you on some medications for life that you're not going to like? Dare to care enough for yourself to flip the switch and say that's enough. To say today I start differently. And not tomorrow, not next week, not waiting for the perfect time. You're just waiting for the excellent time, and that's today. That's when you dare. That's when you care for yourself. So, yeah, maybe it seems a little dangerous. Maybe it seems a little reckless, but I'm going to tell you what. This is where you get the courage to do it. When you just say, you know what? To heck with it. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Because dangerous and reckless behavior is daring, believe it or not. It is daring. Now, I'm talking about a certain kind. If without dangerous, reckless behavior, we would have never had airplanes. Think about the first people who went up in airplanes. Think about the Wright brothers and think about Amelia Earhart. Think about the first time the Lindberghs going the first around the world. Remember that? All of these things happened because somebody dared to do it. Somebody was reckless enough to say it can be done. They got on ships and went out into the ocean thinking they might fall off the flat earth. But this is what daring does. It brings huge new adventure to your life, and it brings and opens up a whole new way of seeing things. This is how slavery was ended, by the way. This is how civil rights happened. People dared enough to do something and to stand on the right thing, to go into the unknown, to go into the place of dangerous recklessness. We can do that with ourselves, and we can do that with our lives. So how do we do that? Well, in order to win, you gotta begin, right? You gotta begin. And I'm going to tell you to not put it off another day. Stop waiting for the perfect time or a permission slip or the perfect exercise routine or the perfect diet or whatever the perfect thing is that you're waiting for to come into your life. It's not there, first of all. And number two, if you start, I guarantee if there's some tuning up that needs to be done or there's something else that needs a little tweaking, that will show up for you because you're open to it. That's the truth. And I'm going to just tell you, being a little scared of this, that's okay. That's okay. And fear of missing out, that you're going to miss out if you do this, or you're going to, it's going to be too hard, or it's going to be a little scary, or whatever. Yes, yes, and yes. Check the boxes anyway. Anyway. And join these adventurers. Join them. Be like, be like the Wright brothers. Be like Christopher Columbus crossing the ocean into the unknown. Be like these adventurers who went out seeking something new, something daring, something risky, and something better. Because it's out there. But it's just waiting for you to be the discoverer. You just have to decide that daring is enough. Daring equals caring, and you're not going to die doing it, I promise. Unless you decide to bungee jump and that, just get off of that. But yeah, you might get a little rattled saying, oh my goodness, this is so hard. Okay, that's all right. Have a moment of this is so hard, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's the sentence that follows that. And to be launched into a new orbit, You need to be ready to be launched into a remarkable one that you've not seen before, a level you haven't lived before, actually meeting your potential at the door. That's what happens when you dare enough to care enough like this, or if you care enough to dare enough. And bold action creates bold destiny, by the way. I love that. Bold action creates bold destiny. You can't get from here to there, though, sitting on the couch, obviously. There's some action steps that need to come up. And if you advance with abandon, just say, you know what, I'm all in this. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to follow the directions. I'm just going to fill in the blank of whatever needs to be filled in. You're going to find yourself in that place of going, wow, I never knew I had that in me. Wow, that's pretty cool. And we get to a cycle that's the shampoo, rinse, and repeat of self-motivation. How about that? Nobody needs to do it for you. You do it to yourself, because what you just did has just put the gas on for you to do it again and again and again. And as you do this, as you complete it, as you keep going and hitting all these, checking all these boxes, like we see the people do it in the Hot Melt Sprint who are all doing the Be Strong, Stay Strong challenge, and we ended it the day before Thanksgiving, but they're doing it again. And what are they showing you? They're showing you checklists with all the boxes checked. And you know what that whole checklist says? It says, I'm worth it. It says, I took the time to do it. I risked, I dared, and now I'm doing it again. And what does that do for you? That makes you feel like you're confident. That makes you feel like you have the can-do-itness that you need to, and that you have not only are capable, you have the capacity to go up and beyond what you ever thought possible. So remember this. To do so, you need clarity and goals. Clarity and goals. That's your vision. You have this clarity. I know what I need. I know what I want. I know what I see for my life. And you create goals that go with it. And I'm going to be telling you, and we'll be talking about this next month, because I want you to get signed up for this. This is going to be amazing, because we're going to get you to the place of creating this whole 3-month path for yourself, and then creating a vision board to go with it. It's going to be an amazing thing, and like I said, we'll tell you all about it next month. I am really excited about this. Really excited about this, and it's going to be amazing, because you have the ability to advance with abandon. You have everything at your fingertips. Right now, we just need to develop the clarity and the goals to go with it so that you can get the change and the growth that you want out of it. But without the clarity and the goals, it's just like willy-nilly all over the place. So let's round the wagons up and do this, because you can do it. You set the table for this just simply by setting your goals and having clarity. And behind that clarity and those goals, there comes emotion, there comes a decidedness, there comes an all-inness that wasn't there before. And you know what else happens? You change your mind about the struggle. The struggle just goes away. The struggle of what you thought, now you can't wait. It's my time, and now I'm going to go do it. Now I'm going to get on that bike. Now I'm going to go bounce on the rebounder. Now I'm going to do all of this. Do the strength training. Get on the sprint next week. Come tonight and come get signed up for the Hot Melt Sprint and learn how to crush it. The savingdinner.com/sprint is how you do it. And you know what? It's free. And you know what? It's going to show you how, because with knowledge comes power. With power comes the ability to follow through and do it. And when you dare, you care. And when you care, you dare. Because your whole life changes the complete trajectory. The complete trajectory changes. It is a whole new game. 100%. So remember this, fortune always favors the brave. You ever heard that one? Fortune always favors the brave. We can't stand behind someone else cowering and worrying and being less than courageous and letting somebody else do it and hoping that it's enough. It's not. You know what's enough though? You are. You know who's worthy? You are. You know what? You can do this, and it's no accident that you're here right now listening to this. Here's your alignment assignment for this. First things first, you got to find the time for it, right? You got to find the time for your goals, for doing something every day for your goals. If you can't figure out where your time is, then do our time blocking sheet to see where all your time is going. Because I'm going to bet you money that maybe you're wasting a little bit of that time, right? Maybe you're wasting a little bit of it. Go to savingdinner.com/time and you'll get a time blocking sheet that you can just print out as many times as you want and see where all that time is going. Are you spending hours upon hours on social media, playing games on your phone, watching Netflix? You can redeem that time. And let this sheet be the little poke that you need to say, you know what, I do have time, because we all have the same 24 hours in our day, all of us. And yeah, I know, elderly parents and little kids, it can be kind of crazy, but you can put, if you have the notion, if you have the idea in your head, well, I know that this is all going to be filled up and then I'm going to get interrupted by this, you can set aside sacred space for what it is that you need to do. You just need to make the arrangements to do it. Hand to God. Done it myself. It works. Number 2, create the space. It's sacred. Create the space that you need to do the thing that you need to do. Are you writing something? I've had a woman tell me I want to write a book, and she wanted to write a book about taking care of elderly people. And I thought, this is the best thing ever. Yes, write this. I don't know when I'm going to find time. I said, create the space for it. You will find the time when you create the time to do it. If you need to get up an hour early and spend an hour every day writing, watch what happens. That's how I wrote books, by the way, 10 of them. And we have 18 months to do it, but you can do it. If you spend the time, an hour a day doing it, or 45 minutes, 15 minutes, create the space. Number 3, be accountable with somebody. Do you have a body clutter buddy? Get one if you don't have one. Or if you need to, somehow or another, be accountable. We have a lot of people. Sarah Preston's one of them. She'll put her goals up. She'll put pictures up. She'll show what she's doing. She'll make boards. And this is all motivational stuff that she's doing for herself. But she's also, as she shares this, she is inspiring so many people. Why don't you be like that? Be like Sarah. Do like Sarah. Inspire yourself and then share it. Because sharing is caring. Because that takes you to the place of daring. Then number 4 is daily decisions are pro you. Have you ever noticed that sometimes we can be our worst enemy? When we say we don't have time, that's saying that is not the truth. It's just saying that we'd rather waste our time doing something else because we haven't really taken a full account of what our time is. When we are being pro you, when we are being pro people, pro ourselves, we're saying, I have to carve out this time and I'm going to find it. And then you are like a heat-seeking missile looking at your time and making that determination on when it can happen. Now, I know, and I've said this before, and I used to do it all the time when I was, a young mom, staying up late at night was the only time that I could get any time for myself. Well, I'm going to tell you what. You can get all the time that you want for yourself if you take the time to get the sleep that you need. And then go to bed at a reasonable hour and get up earlier and do it then. It's a matter of respecting your circadian clock. But these are the 4 things. These are the 4 things that are going to just completely move the needle in your life. That'll show you that you need to dare to care. Okay? So number 1, find this time. Number 2, create the space. Number 3, be accountable. And number 4, your decisions, your daily decisions are pro you. Pro you when you decide they are. And those are the ones that you need to be making on the daily. Okay? Peace be with you. I appreciate you all. And do not forget about today's sale. Today's sale is just one extra day of our Black Friday sale. Just go to savingdinner.com/Friday and all those Jingle Bell pages are up and you can get up to 50% off. It goes till 12:01 today, midnight, 1 minute after midnight. Pacific, yes, Pacific time. Just remember this, guys. This is the truth. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. So choose differently. Choose to be daring, because that's showing that you're caring for yourself and you're getting what you want. Bless your hearts. I love you.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.